The Gatorade Cup Series heads to Brooklyn, Michigan for its 20th race of the Gatorade Cup Series season number 9. We're here for the Kobalt 400. On the pole for today's race is Mitchell Collins in the 14. To his outside is Carter Friesen in the 43. Then third position is Derek Hamill. Fourth is Anton Charlepoix. Running out the top 5, we have Alex Fletcher. Car Joey to his outside 6th position. 7th place we have Vince Vinta. 8th is Oliver Galloway. 9th is Jeff Bright with Tyler Fink running up the top 10. For the rest of the others, TJ Henley to his outsides, Levi Shones. Behind them, Colton Yo and Trey Wright. And we have Danny Lloyd with Al Lagasse. And there's Max Anderson and Sebastian Kukulon, along with Marsha Burrow and Steven Taylor. And there's Nathan Orman to his outside, Jonathan Rains in the 4. We have Anthony Nez, who comes into this race as our points leader, is Kobalt on the hood of that car, Mac on to the inside of the 41. And we have Griffin Lynn the 7 with Riley Sampson in the 15. And we have Jay Jefferson, Eli Bright. Behind them, Derek Bouchard, and second in points to Matt Oskin. And there's William Bolin and Trey Rainey, along with Roman Fenway and Jake Galloway. And there's Joe Jefferson and Jonathan Buford. Behind them, Mathis Wells and Alexander Rowe. And there's Code Luigi and Luke Rainey. And in the final, it's Wright Walker in the 10 All-Star Race winner, to his outside the 22 of Adam McDowell. There's our 42-car field for the Gatorade Cup Series Kobalt 400 in Michigan. Let's go on trackside and fire these engines up.
Drivers, start your engines!
And 42 Gatorade Cup Series engines come to life here in Brooklyn, Michigan, as we're at the Michigan National Speedway for the running of the Kobalt 400. 30 laps on this 2-mile oval. Mitchell Collins and Carter Friesen will lead the field's green flag starting on the front row. Friesen starts second in this race. A past winner at Michigan, he won his first ever Gatorade Cup Series race here in season number 5, but that was followed up with an aggressive crash later on the season. In the second Michigan race, TJ Hanley starts 11th, won his first ever Gatorade Cup Series race here at Michigan in season number 4 in the Pure Michigan 400. Can someone win their first Gatorade Cup Series race at Michigan here today in the Kobalt 400? Anthony Ness has a Kobalt car. Starts towards the back of the field, comes in as our points leader. Can he win like Isaac Nichols did here in the 48 car back a few seasons ago? 30 laps in Michigan, pace car to pit road. Mitchell Collins, Carter Friesen front row for the start of the Kobalt 400. Here they come to the restart zone. Ford, Chevy front row, Ford, Toyota behind them. Green flag in the air, we're racing in Brooklyn, Michigan. To lead lap number 1, middle lane for Derek Hamill, gets in that lap lead. Fletcher took it 3 wide, bomb lane. The 72 has a challenge for the lead into turn 1. 207 off to the first corner. And these drivers going fast through these corners, fast down the straightaway. See 201, 200 down, barely below 200 there for the 72 down low. 14 got the wall a little bit, but kept it going straight down the backstretch. 3 wide all over this racetrack. Here comes Vince Vinta inside the 95, challenging 3 wide for the top spot here in Michigan. And something interesting about this race in the Gatorade Cup Series is that the Target Series and the Penn Truck Series, they were somewhere else. So some of these drivers that raced in the Target Series and the Penn Truck Series, they were up in Massachusetts, Cambridge, racing at a shorter track, 1 mile long. This is now a 210-mile-an-hour behemoth of a racetrack, going 210 miles an hour down the straightaways. You're going fast, going 3 and almost 4 wide points. I mean, this is a ton different than what we see up in Boston. So for some of these drivers, they have to get back in the game and say, I'm at Michigan now. I'm no longer in Boston. And they try and take the lead from Jeff Wright, but Trey Wright can make that short-lived for the 23. 34 down low, he's going to take the lead down the front stretch. Here comes Danny Lloyd, the 19. Looking 4 wide, that's going to be a big move. That's for the lead, 4 wide. Can Hanley get clear? The 9, can Jeff Wright fall back into the wall for the 9. Jeff Wright got the wall, that's going to be in a dangerous position now. They're looking 4 wide again. 9 at the racetrack, 4 wide. Oh, this is not good. I don't like how this is forming. Into the wall, down and around goes Jeff Wright in front of the field. Spinning around, gets Marsha Burrow. Derek Bouchard, Luke Rainey comes in, and they're stacking them up. There's Wyatt Walker All-Star winner, Trey Rainey and Luke Rainey. Jonathan Buford as well. First yellow of the race. Here comes Levi Shones to lead them back. Max Anderson trying to get there. It'll be the 92 back in front of Michigan. Caution lap 4. They got 4 wide. That was not going to work out. So Jones with the lead, Anderson second, Oliver Galloway third. That is right now the top 3 Ford Fusions for our first restart of the day, and hopefully it stays like that. Caution 1 out in Michigan, and big names involved in this one, including the 9 of Jeff Bryce. He was racing 4 right up top with nowhere to go, and the 9 car heavily damaged. Caution number 1 is out. Let's see the report. They got 4 wide for the lead. The 9 got into the wall to try and drop back, and then he got 4 wide again up the racetrack. That was just never going to work. See how high he is? There's the groove right there, and he's already out of it. The 23 is out of it. The 9's even higher than the 23. And right there, the 9's going to impact the outside wall hard, come down, get Alex Fletcher. 9 goes around 7-2, keeps on going. There's Derek Hamill at 32. I think he may escape with minimal damage. 9 sideways, and Marsha Burrell takes evasive action. I think he hits right there. Here comes the 2 of Luke Ray. He nails Derek Bouchard, Jonathan Buford into it. Then there's Trey Rennie and Roman Fenwick getting together. Wyatt Walker with Jonathan Buford, Mathis Wells, and McDowell back here along with Joe Jefferson. They may be able to get stopped, slowed down to escape cleanly, but tough break for Jeff Bright and some of the others that were just racing innocent bystanders, especially the 9 inside the top 10. It's been a miserable season since winning the Clash for Jeff Bright. He can add this mark now into another part of the miserable season as he gets a few more drivers involved in this. Luke Rainey got some prayer damage as well. Let's go on board with Wyatt Walker. He is our all-star winner, so he's into the chase no matter what. However, if he falls outside the top 10 points, he uses a wild card spot. He's currently 8th in the points. Another on board back here around the madness was points leader Anthony Hernandez. The 48th, though, on the high side gets around clean. Luckily, there's a hole up there, and he was able to make it through. And second in points to Matt Oskin also escapes the madness. He was down low and got by. Great job by Oskin. Hernandez, the top 2 in points to get through that cleanly and keep their cars in the race. It's Levi Schoen that confirms 11th Gatorade Cup Series win. He won earlier in the season at the 2-mile racetrack and Auto Club. Now he leads at the 2-mile track in Michigan. Schoen leads the Kobalt 400 as we'll go back to the green flag. Top 3 are Fords as we come back to the green flag on lap number 9. Levi Schoen's out in front of the 92 car. Surprisingly off that, no cars are retired, so we'll have some damaged race cars. About 39th on back are going to be the most damaged. Jonathan Buford's 136 will have some damage, so watch for that to try and impact maybe throughout the race. Maybe we'll have some lap cars. Levi Schoen's 92 leads in Michigan. Behind in second is Max Anderson. Oliver Galloway in third. Then fourth place is Nathan Ormond. And rank out the top 5, Danny Lloyd. Matt Godden in 6th. So that's 4 Fords inside the top 6. Make it 5 inside the top 7 as Trey Wright is 7th. Vince Vince is 8th. Griffin Lynn 9th. And Jay Jefferson rounds out the top 10. Hanley back to 11th. Carl Friesen back to 12th. Remember we said those are 2 drivers who won their first ever Gatorade Cup Series races at Michigan Season 4 and Season 5. But for the fronts, Levi Schoen's looking for his 11th Gatorade Cup Series victory. Max Harrison, last season's champion, looking for a win. Oliver Galloway as well, back there in the 6th. Green flag lap 9, Levi Schoen's with the race lead, the 92. He'll step on the gas right there, and we're back racing in the Kobalt 400 at the Michigan International Speedway. Front 2 Galloway, Oliver Galloway spun the tires from 3rd. 24 gets put high, here comes Danny Lloyd, a good push. Yeah, Lloyd getting a push right there from Matt Godden off to turn 1. Lloyd's going to be going for 4th easily. Ormond up high will drop back a few spots. Lloyd up to 4th as he'll clear through 1 and 2. Ormond falls back, 3 wide. Matt Godden trying to get down front of Trey Wright right there. Down the back stretch, Max Harrison close to the back of the 92 of Schoen's. Stays in line, now the 6 makes the move. Here comes Oliver Galloway for a second on Max Anderson. He's down there to turn 3. Levi Schoen stays clear in the 92 car. Galloway's going to get there though. Inside. Side by side for the top spot. It's Oliver Galloway, Levi Schoen's. Leading at the start-finish line, Galloway. Here comes the 19, Danny Lloyd pushing his way forward. There's Matt Godden behind him, Trey Wright to 34 on the inside, Vince Binta. Ormond's found his way down line. Griffin Lynn, 3 wins this season, wants a 4th. He's back 23rd in points. He needs a great day here today. Lloyd tried to block down low, but Matt Godden gets the run to the inside, down the backstretch, 41 car 19. They're side by side off the turn 3 per second. Oliver Galloway clearing the lead, but here comes the 41, down low challenging. Try to get to the core panel, that 6 and pull him back. Oh, it's going to be close. I think he's down there, though. He has a run. Oliver Galloway will lead the lap. However, the 41 is the inside. Matt Godden pushed beneath the 6. Help from Trey Wright. Vince Minton, Nathan Ormond to turn 1. Godden going to try and clear the 6. He does. Now with that, can Trey Wright make the move down low for the lead? 20 to go in Michigan. Trey right inside Matt gone down the backstretch for the top spot. Here comes Vince to the 95. Down low, pushing that 34 off to turn 3. Doesn't make it 3 wide, he does. Vince a 3 wide for the top spot down to turn 3. Nathan Orton behind him in the 24. Griffin Lynn as well is down there. Here they come off turn 4. Vince to the 95 will lead the start-finish line. You put a 3 wide move on the race leaders. Now Nathan Orman down low, the 24th to run to turn 1. Orman has helped their 3x3. I don't like the looks of this. It's getting a little closer at the front of the field. Orman clears. He's in the best spot. See the single file trying to latch on back down to the wall. Saves it for now. Somehow a great save by the driver of the 41. The field scatters but keeps it straight to turn 3. Griffin Lynn the 7 down low. And he needs every point he can get. If he can get up here and lead this lap for 5 bonus points, that can help him towards the chase. He's back Meyer, 23rd in the point standings. He needs to be top 20. 5 points would be huge, and the 7 gets it. 5 bonus points for Griffin Lynn to lead that lap. That was by inches as well. They led the lap. 18 to go. 3 wide for the lead. Carter Joey down low the 17. Won at Las Vegas earlier in the season. 3rd race of the season. Now we're on race 20. He's looking for his 2nd triumph of the season. Down the backstretch. Blocks low as Alex Fletcher the run. Now Fletcher put middle lane as Steven Taylor the 33 comes low 3 wide. Danny Lloyd still in this thing. Hanley coming forward, the 23 coming back. Carter Joey clears and leads here in Michigan, but behind him, Steven Taylor looks to the inside of the 33. Joey leads lap, but Steven Taylor pushed to his inside. Now where's Lloyd and the 19 go off to turn 1? Alexander Romay been coming off pit road the 00. Max Harrison got the wall, drops back of the field. Trying to see if someone was coming off pit road. Yeah, Alexander Romay coming down pit road with an issue. He'll drop back. And look at this. Cars bounce off the wall, cars everywhere, trying to sort it out. At the front of the field, though, Hanley looks 3 wide, the 23. TJ aggressive there, come to 16 to go. Can Hanley get to the lead? He's going to lead the lap. Daytona 500 champion earlier in the season. Hanley comes around and leads lap number 14 in Michigan. Colton Yell, the 99, wants his first Gatorade Cup Series win. He's pushed by Sebastian Kukla on the 1. Here comes Jonathan Reeves as well on the 4, won at Daytona. Here comes the 1, the 4, the 14 are lined up 2 teammates. Down low, looking good. Lap traffic ahead is the 2 of Luke Rainey. Will they wreck before they get to him? Will they get to him first? Off to turn 3. Mitchell Collins, 3 wide down low. Start this race on the pole. Here it comes back to the lead. Come to halfway. 15 laps to go in Brooklyn, Michigan. The pack is 3 by 3. Sebastian Kukulon leads at halfway. Lap traffic looming larger, looking 4 wide. Cement Oskin, one of them. Griffin Lynn down low. Lloyd, Hanley is well in it. Will they make it? Oh, they're catching the 2. They're going 4 wide. How's it going to work off turn 2? They don't wreck. Now they'll catch the 2. Which lane goes? Which lane doesn't? Mitchell Collins tries to go around the outside. The 4 on the inside gets by. And he's the only one to get by. No one else getting around. Now the inside moves. Mitchell Collins is going to try and get around right there. And Cement Oskin blocks in the 47 second of points. Anthony Ness is down low the 48 car. Now who gets impatient, makes a 4-ride move, and causes a crash. Oskin blocks down low. The 2 tries to move down, maybe sideswipes the 47. Cars trying to scatter to get around. The 4 has gotten a nice gap looking for back-to-back victories in the Gatorade Cup Series. And the 42 is slow off turn 2 issue for the Cole Luigi. Winner at Charlotte, slow down the backstretch. That has to be a flat tire. He's off pace, but it's still going at a constant speed. 42 down and out of the Kobalt 400. Oskin stays out of the 48 for now. Here they come. Race leader Jonathan Rains getting caught big time. Mitchell Collins the 14 to the bottom. Looks at his teammate. Gets the side draft. Pulls up beneath the 4. Riley Sampson the 15 looking for his first of the season. Alex, he's never won a Gatorade Cup Series race. Carter Freeze looking for his second Michigan triumph in the Gatorade Cup Series. Here he comes. How spread the pack is, and Luke Rain still holding drivers up. They're going to go caught back to the drivers who are damaged and slower. Coming to 12 to go. 3 wide, Al Lagsy bomb lane, the 38. Derek Hamill's never won a Gatorade Cup Series race. Here he is. Lagsy leads the lap. 12 to go for the driver of the 38. Carter Freeze in the 43. Here he comes. Cement Oskin looking for the points lead into the top 10 right now. Be his second win of the season if he could get it done. Danny Lloyd, the 19, Albert out with the 6, catching on as well. Here they come down the backstretch. Coming to 11 to go. Carter Friesen wants another Michigan win in the Gatorade Cup Series. He's looking bottom lane of turn 3. He'll get it right there. Hamill up top. Here comes Griffin looking for his 4th of the season. He's on the bottom lane. Cement Oz can make the move in the 47 down low. That's 3 wide. Can the 47 keep it down there? Can Lin get clear? I think the 7 is clear. The 47 moves back up in line. No loss there. They look back down on the 7. Couldn't get it done, but a push Griffin Lin underneath the 43. They go side by side for the lead down the backstretch. Here comes Lloyd. He peeks out of line the 19. He's looking 3 wide. That's for a top 5 spot. That's for 4th. And Griffin Lin for the lead on Carter Friesen. He wants 4 wins this season. Be unprecedented if he could get it done this early in the season, though. This is only race 20. Griffin Lin leads at the start-finish line. 10 to go in Brooklyn, Michigan. Danny Lloyd, the 19 with the inside. Mitchell Collins, our pole sitter up here. Oliver Galway, the 6 as well. Here comes Jonathan Raines, the 4. Making his way back down, looking for 2 in a row in the Gatorade Cup Series. Levi Jones and the others trying to latch on. Lexi sideways saves his car. These drivers have latched on. The 92 leading a train of cars like Trey Wright, Anton Charbois, Eli Bright, Jay Jefferson, William Bullen, Joe Jefferson. They have latched on. They're now a part of this madness for the win. Lloyd leads in the 19. He clears, but now Mitchell Collins looks inside the 14. Start finish line 9 to go in Michigan. Mitchell Collins, Danny Lloyd, side by side for the top spot to turn 1. Oliver Galloway, Jonathan Raines, the 4s are down low working together. Now the 6 abandons down to the bottom lane. Here comes Oliver Galloway, the 6. Down low, side by side for the lead. Jonathan Raines, Riley Sampson, Derek Hamill, Levi Jones all coming forward. Riley Sampson looks 3 wide, the 15. Trying to make the move on Jonathan Raines, the 4 gets down in line. Oliver Galloway clears and leads. Now the 4, Jonathan Raines, through to 2nd, looking on the 6 down low. 8 to go this time by in Michigan. Galloway leads the lap. Jonathan Raines the inside the 4. Riley Sampson, and it's just double foul at the front. 2 trains, 2 rows. No one making it 3 wide for now, but that's going to end shortly, I have to think. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Riley Sampson, Jonathan Raines, side by side. Hamill's giving the first take at 3 wide, the 32 car, and that's for the lead. Hamill, down low, a 3 wide pass in turns 3 and 4. Derek Hamill out in front in the Kobalt 400 to see 7 to go this time by for the driver of the 32. Levi Jones, the 92, push that 32 clear, now looks inside for himself to turn number 1. And to Charbois helper Eli Brent, the 88, looking for his 2nd triumph of the season. Jones, the 92, out in front. Here comes Anton Charbois, the 96. Now looks low for the lead down the backstretch. More lap traffic. It is Jonathan Buford this time, the 62. He's off the pace. Here they are to see 6 to go this time by. Anton Charbois, winner of Chicagoland, out in front. Vinto wants a Gatorade Cup Series, but he's up in 2nd to 95. Pushes his way forward. Riley Sampson, top to middle lane, trying to get down low. 6 to go in Michigan. 12 miles remain. Mitchell Collins down low. Danny Lloyd 3 wide, the 19 car. Riley Sampson breaks low, the 15. Jay Jefferson, William Bullen, Joe Jefferson inside lane moving forward. Here they are down the backstretch, and they're catching Luke Rainey again, the 2. Now the 2 is about 50 miles an hour slower than the 62. Back there, Kukulon goes around. That might bring out the yellow. It is out. We're coming to 5 to go, so we have a 1-lap shootout. Who's going to be where they are on the start-finish line? Mitchell Collins going to be 1st. Lloyd might be in the best spot in 2nd, and Anton Charbois 3rd. Riley Sampson 4th. Kukulon nailed the wall of turn 2, spins around, and now the yellow comes out. Steven Taylor is well involved. This changes everything. We're going to catch lap traffic. Now we can put that out the window. Now it's going to be a 1-lap shootout in Michigan. Sebastian Kukulon impacts the wall of turn 2, caused our 2nd yellow flag of the day. This was racing in the 2nd pack that got held up by lap traffic, the 2 of Luke Rainey. Sebastian Kukulon put 4 wide up top in the 1, and that's just never going to work. He's going to impact the wall right here of turn number 2. Come down. I think it's Marshall Bros going to get into the 37. Carter Joey as well, the 17, and then Steven Taylor spins around. Multiple cars go spinning. Yellow flag has to come out for that dangerous situation right there. And now we're going to have a 1-lap dash to see who wins the Kobalt 400. And the front few have wins this season. Mitchell Collins won in Atlanta. Anton Charbois won at Chicagoland. Danny Lloyd's not won in his Gatorade Cup the Gatorade Cup Series this season. So we'll have to see how it all goes out. So 3 cars spin down the backstretch, brings out the yellow flag. Leading the field back around to the caution flag was Mitchell Collins in the 14. But now how's the restart go for the driver of the 14? He'll be out front, but is that position you want to be in on the last lap in Michigan? Can Collins win? Can someone else get around him to try and steal it from the number 14? Coming back to the restart this time, it'll be with 1 lap to go. So it'll be a dash to the checker flag 2 miles to see who wins in Brooklyn. Remember we said the 42 dropped off pace. Code Luigi, that was the gearbox issues, so for Code, he's out of the race. His chase chances now have basically just dwindled. He was 35th in points coming into the race. He'll definitely drop down now with the 42nd place finish. Alexander 2 laps down. Luke Ray now lap down the 40th position. 39 cars are hopefully going to finish this race on the lead lap. John Speed for the last of them in the 62 car. But leading the race is Mitchell Collins. Can he hold off the charge behind from Danny Lloyd in second, Anton Charbonneau third, Riley Sampson fourth, Vince Vinta fifth. Then Jay Jefferson, Eli Bright, William Bowen, Levi Jones, Joe Jefferson in the front 10. I have to think if you're not inside the top 5, your shot at a win here today is basically dashed. Now, for Mitchell Collins, what he wants to see happen here is the 19 get a bad restart, the 96 jump to his inside, they battle for second, 14 can drive away and win. If the 96 doesn't get a good restart and the 19 stays clear, it'll be on in turn 3 for the 19 to 14. But if the 19 and 96 get side by side, it'll have to take a miracle in turns 3 and 4 for someone by Mitchell Collins to win. Can Riley Sampson get his first of the season? He's right now 4th, and he's inside the top 5 in points. Vince has not won in the Gatorade Cup Series. Jay Jefferson's been a while for him in the 78. Eli Bright won earlier this season at Richmond. William Bowen looking for his first. Levi Jones looking for his 11th Gatorade Cup Series win, and Joe Jefferson has a lot as well. He's inside the top 10. Who wins in the Kobalt 400? Mitchell Collins comes off turn 4 to lead the field to the green flag. 2 miles to go in Michigan. Will it be Collins, Lloyd, Charles, someone else? Here they come. Restart zone, green and white flag together at the starter stand. Last lap at Michigan is green. 14 blasts off. That might be it. I mean, the 14 got such a good jump. No one else behind went going. He schooled them. Lloyd into Charles trying to stay in line. Now the 96 breaks low. Danny Lloyd spins the tires, allows the 14 Mitchell Collins to get out to the lead. That may be all the 14 need as they come out turn 2, but watch the draft from behind. The 96 again, that draft. Watch out down this backstretch. He's in line, trying to get the draft off to turn 3. I think he's too far back, though. Here he comes on the run, though. Turn 3, Charles there. Mitchell Collins went wide. Here they come out turn 4. Last lap pass. Anton Charles lost last season by 1,000 of a second. This season, he wins at Michigan. The good restart didn't matter for the 14. It was too good of a restart. If it had been just a little bit less good, maybe he would have been fine, but the draft up onto the 14 allows Anton Charles to draft by, and the driver lost by 1,000 of a second to Tim Gary last season, ends up winning basically the same way this time over Mitchell Collins. That's the second victory of the season for the 96. Finishing results, let's go see them from the Kobalt 400. Here's how they finished in the Kobalt 400 at the Michigan International Speedway. 2 caution flags, 8 laps, and 19 lead changes. 15 different drivers leading laps here today, as it's Anton Charles reigning supreme in Michigan. 2 laps left for the driver of the 96. Mitchell Collins so close to winning from the pole. 5 laps led, tied for the most. He'll end up second here today. He was so close. He got a great jump. It was too good of a jump, though. Vince ends up 3rd, Danny Lloyd 4th, and Eli Brighton 5th, with Levi Jones 5 laps led, tied for the most in 6th position. Riley Sampson, Derek Hamill, Jay Jefferson, and William Bowen, the drivers that round out the top 10 finishing positions. As we look at the top 20, Samet Oskin, 18th place finish. Anthony Ness, a 15th place finish, so the 48 extends the points lead over the driver of the 47 of Samet Oskin. Look down at the rest, 21st, 4th. These drivers were basically kind of mired back in the pack all day, mostly due to the 2 of Luke Rain when he held everyone up. Galloway on down basically held up, and then some of these drivers damaged as well in that first crash, that second crash. For Luke, he was heavily off pace, fell a lap down. Alexander to come down pit road under the green, lost 2 laps, and Code Luigi gearbox issue put him out of the race here today. And here are the points after Michigan, 20 races into the season. Anthony Hernandez keeps the points up to 39 points over Samet Oskin, so he gained 9 points here today. Oskin is now second in the points. Riley Sampson 3rd, Jonathan Raines 4th, Levi Jones is 5th, with Carter Friesen in 6th, Roman Fenway 7th, Wyatt Walker keeps 8th for now, Vince Vinta is 9th, and TJ Henley holds the final spot inside the top 10. As we look at the top 20, Dane Lloyd's only 5 points away from the top 10. Eli Bright's only 10. Marshall Burrow only 16. Tyler Fink only 20. And look down, Kuklan's 56 back, and it goes on. But for Anton Charles, big win here today. Second triumph of the season for the driver of the 96. Moves him up to 18th in points and into a wildcard spot. The other wildcard goes to Eli Bright, who is 12th in points. Hanley is only 5 points, though, above being a wild card. So if the 23 falls out, 88 doesn't pass him, Hanley takes over the wild card. If Wyatt Walker, if he falls a few points out, if he falls 15 points, he takes a wild card because of his all-star win. Carter, Joey, Mitchell Collins, they need some good days. They're 21st and 22nd in points. They need to get up inside the top 20 and try and get a wild card spot. And Griffin Lynn, if he jumps his way inside the top 20 points, he automatically gets a wild card because he has 3 wins this season. Steven Taylor with a win in 29th, Jake Galloway 31st with his victory, Cole Luigi 38th with his victory. I think 42's chase chances done at this point. Bad day here at Michigan, and he only has 6 more races until we get to the chase. It's not looking good for the driver of the 42. Jake Galloway as well, not looking good. Same with Steven Taylor, but I think Lynn on up, they still have a shot at making it. And so far for Ed McDowell, still no top 10s this season, 20 races into it. So look ahead, race number 21, we go left turn and right turn. We go up to Canada for the Tim Hortons 300. I will see you guys then.